and to take a look at some of these games because, yeah, your Angels are going to be taking on the Blue Jays here in this one. Yeah, that was a scary moment with
Yeah.
Ward getting hit. Haven't I mean, we might have the lineups in for this one actually, so maybe we should take a look. I would imagine he'd probably missed the game after he left the game yesterday. I certainly was a bit surprised by this line, but it's gone down to 175 here still. Just comparatively, right? Yesterday was so close to a pick 'em game. Yeah, maybe Detmers is better than Chase Anderson. Tyler Anderson, he hasn't been showing a very good numbers, but um, you have like a 60% increase on this line, and well, I don't know. I guess Manoah looked like a decent pitcher yesterday for once. So what happened there?
I don't know what happened there. I was talking about, Manoa again. I was hanging out with some family members. We were sitting around eating lunch and had the game on, and everyone, pretty much got, I don't know, excited or concerned when that pitch happened, and we were talking about. Him being down and then coming back up, and geez, just pitching lights out yesterday is kind of the way it looked. And he did have the mishap with getting him in the air, but uh, Toronto looked really good. And I think it's one of those that they might just have that kind of bounce back again today. Maybe it was a little bit of a spark that they needed. Again, Barrios has been really, really good. 2.85 ERA. Tyler Anderson, he's the one that has the elevated ERA here on the road, even worse than that 5.23 ERA there overall. A lot of that's due to 3.9 walks per game. Also gives up an 878 slugging percentage versus this Blue Jays team. So it might not be a very good outing today for Tyler Anderson. I'm going to go ahead and take Toronto here. I'll probably just do the minus 180, but probably wouldn't feel too bad here taking them on the run line.
Okay, well, we can go money line. I'm on Toronto. The price. I'm not thrilled about this price really at all, but I just feel like this is not going to be a great situation for the Angels today. If they could only man it right, we've sitting here bagging on Manoah all season, and he comes out looking terrific yesterday. Just when we were about to say, "Hey, look, maybe this isn't working out," no matter what type of rehab or exercise program, whatever was going on with that whole situation. Um, since he's come back, he hadn't looked that good, and now here you have the Angels coming in and basically getting shut down. Yeah, sometimes a little scary incident can work in the pitcher's benefit. I mean, obviously was a one that got away, so a little bit of a mistake there. But Anderson, he's been okay his last couple of starts, but he still has a 1.5, whip over 1.5. Barrios much more solid, obviously. Toronto's now won 4 of 5 in this one, so I think Barrios will have a pretty sharp performance, and I like that. That total is pretty high for me. But I'll agree with you. I'll take him. If we're going to take him on the money line, we'll take him on the money line. I think we can get $1.75 here if that's what you're most interested in. I subbed for Tony today on the show again. He took a couple days off, well deserved, of course. He's our leader, and on the show, I gave out the Blue Jays on the run line. So let's go ahead and take the money line here. Why not? Looking at that, yeah. We don't have the lineup just yet. I wouldn't be, I don't think. I mean, you've got to take a day off there, don't you? But nonetheless. Scary moment there. But I'm willing to take the Blue Jays today. I actually think Barrios can have a strong performance here. Angels will be on their way to, I want to say, is it Atlanta after this?
Oh, man, that would be me, like, doing things more than one day in advance if I look down the road. Goodness.
Well, I know they weren't coming back home, and I'm just saying on Sunday on the road, they just scored 1 run against Manoah. That's got to be a bit of a concern. So let's see here. I think we've got some picks from the chat. in this one with Fernando on the Blue Jays and the over. Ron talking about Scherzer going to the Rangers. I'll address that and both when I talk about both teams today because obviously there's some other news that's kind of affecting that
Is there?
situation. Trey
I was
on
just surprised with that no trade clause that he waived it, but I know Rangers might not be too bad.
Well, right. Well, right. I mean, here's the thing, right? You know he wants to pitch in important games, so
Sure.
Max has no loyalty to the Mets. I mean, as far as Mets fans are concerned, Max never came through for them ever, and maybe
True.
that's true in a big picture perspective. I mean, he certainly had some strong games there, but Max has been on enough teams now. So we're taking a look at all the picks here. Oh, thanks, Arnett. We feel like we need to be a little bit more on fire today. Mindy and I
Right.
were, our usual
Could always
delay
do
getting
that.
on. We were trying to motivate each other and trying to pump each other up to, uh, have some winners here on the show. So let's try Toronto. We'll lay a big price, Mindy. Look, I guess they should take them. They should handle them. And the Angels need this game. They need every game. We know that. I mean,
Of
they
course.
think they're in it, right? They've scrapped the whole let's trade Ohtani thing.
Giolito, that's right.
Unless
Yeah.
something's going to happen here, doesn't feel like it is. So they made a trade. They made the trade for the Giolito. So who knows? Maybe the Angels can get it going. We'll take the Blue Jays here. Pressure's on the Angels. Pressure's on the Jays. Make no mistake. All right, Angels money line here. All right, thanks you guys. We'll take the Blue Jays. $1.80. At least it's not $2. Phillies and the Pirates here with a couple of left-handers. Christopher Sanchez going up in this one against Rich Hill. And in this one, Mindy Hill is a underdog. Phillies $1.40, 9.5 under 20.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have a whole lot here for Christopher Sanchez so far. And it's one of those that it's going to be interesting because, Rich Hill and this Pirates team have kind of tumbled back into their familiar territory. Kind of seems like, Groundhog Day for them, that sort of thing. The Phillies have put together a really solid stretch. So I don't know if starting novice pitching, only 10 innings pitched here on the road, but a 0.9 ERA. So I had a really nice outing there with 6 strikeouts, 2.98 ERA here overall. Only allows a 149 slugging percentage versus the Pirates. But again, this is kind of a small sample size here, right? But I just think these Phillies bats are too hot here for a Pirates team that's just not producing any sort of offense right now. Averaging 4.08 runs per game over their last 5. I just don't think this is the day for the Pirates to get back on track. Still looking for the Phillies. Phillies not impressing me too much here, but still doing better and have the better bullpen. Going Phillies here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this one falls so close for me. I mean, look, I like the Phillies. I don't like the price. $1.40 is better than maybe what I thought it could go. So I think maybe I'm going to be with you again on this one. I don't want to lay necessarily a road favorite here, but Pirates are weak against left-handers. They scored 7 runs yesterday. I know you're talking about the bats being weak in general. We agree. We definitely agree there. But they got it done yesterday. I had the over. They beat us. We had a premium on the Phils, and
For sure.
I think we actually laid the run line, which actually, looking back on it, shame on us. But
maybe.
Well, right, but they were never in it.
Like these guys say, these teams are all going to win, 30% of the time. So
all right,
maybe 1 out of 3. Maybe it was yesterday, right?
Well, no, the Phillies led it early, but then the Pirates went right by them and took a big lead, and the Phillies scrambled back. But that's just what happened for Sanchez. 8 starts though. ERA slightly under 3. His FIP is 4, so could be going up. But so far, impressive that he has just a 0.97 on the WHIP. So he's actually pretty strong. uh, here against a lineup like the Pirates. I would think he did had a good performance against Baltimore in his last start. I'm gonna lay the Phillies here with you. I was frustrated. I feel like they might lay an egg again, but I just don't know if I can pass. I mean, you still have a Pittsburgh team that's lost 16 of their last 23 games
Yeah.
and still has a 6.12 ERA in his last 5 starts, and the Pirates have won just 6 of those last 8 starts. Now, they haven't been winning that much with Sanchez. He's 3-5 with him, but his numbers are good. Let's see what the chat is going to do with this one. Tuned is on the Phillies. Butterscotch on the Phillies. Dre with the Phillies. Thomas is already ready for a pizza.
Yeah, right. I figured you might perk up on that one a little bit.
Solo likes the over in this one. I gave out the over earlier, but man, I'm kind of concerned. You said the totals look pretty high. I'll tell you. Jeff says over, but Fernando's on the under. So is JD. Right, I'm right. I went over, and I'm like, man, all the 9.5 though. It just keeps going up. But I think I do still. I mean, I gotta stick with it. But
Right.
Ron's on the Phillies. Oh, Fernando said Pirate. Oh, lean on the Pirates. Okay, thanks, Mighty Saint.
Yeah, it's very nice.
You'd be surprised how I kick myself. I don't even tell Mindy how sometimes I'm like, man, that show wasn't that great. We need to do a better show.
And every day I'm like, that was amazing. Good job, Ramon.
We're so happy with you guys, though, really. All right. It looks like a lot of people backing away from this one. I'm really going, you like the Phillies, so I like the Phillies. I'm not saying, Mindy, hey, if we don't take care of this one, but that's about my threshold right there. $1.40 on the road. Gosh. Bionic under with the Phillies and just kicking myself because the Pirates get it done yesterday. But again, look at the price yesterday. Yeah, I know it was Nola, but Priester was the guy who ended up looking like not much better pitcher, but remember that it was supposed to be a pitching mismatch yesterday with Nola. I mean, $1.75 or whatever it was. So okay, we're on the Phillies. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Okay, Burley Pirates run line. Okay, Pirates first 5 maybe. Fernando. Next up is the Brewers. Okay. Here.
Okay.
Stop the show. Did they move this game to Colorado? I was trying to think of some jokes I could tell here. Okay, you tell me, Mindy, you're the handicapper of the show. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a handicapper. I'm a handicapper first and foremost, but there's never been a total 11.5. In Atlanta. I've tried to go back. I looked at all my records. There's been some 10.5. There's been an 11 under. This looks crazy to me. I know Atlanta, they're the greatest thing. I mean, they have 31 home runs in the first inning. They're the total Yurfie lovers special. I know they're minus $2 here, but I'm just looking at this total. So I'm really embarrassed because Tony, they trust me to do this show like 4 days a year. Tony goes on gets his
vacation.
Peace with nature. Okay, do the show. I go on there. There's no line, right? I mean, I'm pretty good. I always, brag. Hey, I'm going to set this line. Watch this. I'm like on the show. Well, this line's going to come a little high. Could even be 9.5 or more. Take the over. 11.5. I mean, look, I know Smith Shawver. He's a young pitcher. He's had some okay moments, and Colin Ray, somewhat consistent with, had some okay efforts. So I know the Braves are just mashing right now. The Brewers offense hasn't been anything special. Yeah, maybe they picked it up of late. So why is this total 11.5, Mindy? And I've even seen it took a 12 under earlier, but that didn't last long.
Well, I mean, I think we saw that there's been an absolute ton of runs scored by this Atlanta lineup. I think that's what it is, right? It's what have we seen lately? I actually thought that game was going to go under yesterday. Proved me wrong again. It went way over. But yeah, I mean, my pick on this one is going to be the Braves. I'll take them on the run line because right now their bats are pretty unstoppable. But I'm with you. Like, I have this one coming in at like 8 or 9. I don't really have it, coming in at 11. So, I'll just give you another play. I mean, I'll probably go ahead and look to the under here again on this one today. I think that's where it kind of lies because I have Smith Shawver here with a 2.46 ERA at home. Plus, you have suddenly, a Brewers team not scoring a lot, 4.04. I mean, look at they're scoring less runs than the Pirates over their last 5 games. I know they had that big one in there where they scored 10 or so, but I'm going to go ahead for the show. I'm taking the Atlanta Braves on the run line here in this one. They'll beat them by 2 again, but I don't think it's going to go ahead and get to 17 runs here in this one today.
Okay, so your official play is Atlanta.
Official is the Atlanta, but I'll just give you out another free one here. I do think it's going to be towards the under, especially like what you said now. Like I feel like what you said maybe over 9, but I don't know if it's going to get over 11. You got to get 12 rounds. That's a bunch.
Right. I mean, unless they're, I don't know. I didn't really read any like news clippings or anything, but maybe I just don't know how. Maybe after doing this, following gambling all these, I don't know how this stuff works, right? Because like, there's no real metrics that say like, is there a bunch of AA pitchers coming in, right? I mean, are we gonna have that guy from Tampa, that catcher from Tampa Bay, coming in and lobbing those softballs like he was the Astros yesterday? So it just doesn't make sense. Now, I know it's going to be hot. I know that we're seeing more runs over the last 2 days. I know Atlanta just scored, mess of runs yesterday. So, okay, at least you clean up my mess a little bit there by taking the under and kind of takes me off the hook a little bit for misspeaking, or if you will, on that morning show or on the Tony show because I said, oh, go over 9.5. There was no line. Like, oh, 9.5. It'll be 9, I thought 9.5. That looks realistic. So maybe the chat can tell me and say, Ramon, you don't understand. But like I said, this is the highest total. I want to say it's like higher than any of these Cincinnati totals this year. And to me, you just no logic for it other than the fact. I mean, it's still a Major League Baseball game. Right. I mean, there's no reason, that some game would be like all out of whack. Braves to Ron -1.5 here. Fernando under 11. And I don't want to tell anyone not, this has to be an automatic under now because look at this first 5 under 7. 7, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying CT. That's probably the that's the total. I mean, I'm just laughing at it. Dre says Atlanta team total over. Tuna says under. Take a stab at the under, says Scotch. I mean, it really, to me, like, it should be like this should be like the game of the year under. I mean, technically, but I'll give the, maybe these bookmakers are like atmospheric experts on what's happening with the what's going to happen. Atlanta bullpen sucks. Okay, yeah, well, they better give a ton of hits in the postseason because they're the World Series favorite right now, right? Who else? More Braves run line here. You said run line, right, Mindy?
Yep, I did. I said the run line for the Braves.
Okay. And Atlanta doesn't try to stop the other. We just score more runs. So Brewers cannot hit. Take the under. Yeah, maybe it'll be 11 to nothing. Maybe it'll be 11 to nothing.
Maybe it will.
Braves for Bionic, Braves run line, lots of Atlanta support here. They should smash. Oh, look, boy, we were geniuses yesterday, Mindy. It doesn't take a expert handicappers like you and I to give out Braves on the
On the
run
run
line.
Right.
Take it where you can. So, but still had to pull the trigger on it, I guess. Raised to 11. That was the win in Atlanta. It's something I'm really not even really ever too concerned. Look, we know Atlanta has already got a pretty small homer-friendly park. Hi, Big Lucci. Hello. Yeah. Run line is cheap and the total is high. Are a bunch of people just sitting around sports books going, hey, Atlanta just crushed and wind blowing out 11 miles an hour. Okay, 11 miles an hour. That's a nice wind. I'm sure that'll help. And of course, I mean, it'll be, one of those, it will probably be, 14-5 or something. Solo says, take the dog. I've got to do something here. All right. Guess the Braves are going to smash them again today. I'll take them with you, Mindy.
All right.
Line. Just going to agree every game today and fire away here.
Just go for it. We're just going for it.
Look, the price is right on to me. It's a I overthought
We're all confused now, Ramon.
Yeah. Well, no, Mindy kind of hinted at the under. I can't give out the under. I can't do it because I've already made a video that said go over, even though I gave out the wrong line. I just feel like I can't recommend the under. So Mindy kind of did it, for me. I didn't mean to put, I don't know if you said you got an 8 or 9, and so I feel like I'm costing you a premium.
Oh no, I'll still play it.
Okay, well, because 2.5, 2 runs, I mean, that's a premium to me. Okay, you guys had some fun with that one, and I'll be interested to see what happens on that game, right?
Right.
Just one game, right? Too. But look what I said about the Dodger game. Well, I'll talk about that later. But I was like, this game's going to be crazy. It was 3-2. So back to like regular Dodger home games. The Nationals and the Mets. Will I guess Justin Verlander is still on the Mets
for now.
He's a 250 favorite here with the total 8.5. So this total's dropping here a little bit today to a realistic 8.5.
Oh goodness, what do we got for a line here on this one with the Mets? 268. Oh. Well, I mean, I don't know what it is currently, but that's the opening line I pulled here. Yeah, Ramon has it at like minus 250 here. Man, I just feel like I don't really want to take the Mets on the run line. I don't really want to take the Nats on the run line. So I'm just going to go under the total. I'm just going to hedge my bet here that it's going to be the same old Mets team. Because Trevor Williams hasn't necessarily been reliable. He does have, almost a 5 ERA, but I still don't think that's going to be offset by any, big outing by a Mets offensive team here. So I'm just going to go under the total.
Yeah, the Mets have given up. It would have been not. Look, I don't know if we would have even changed our mind, Mindy, if we would have known that Max was going to get traded. It didn't have any effect on yesterday's game. But it did in a way, right? The Mets are now officially, Dunsky.
Dunsky, Dunlarama.
Not that they weren't already. We know that. Just as I mentioned it, real quick, though, everybody, I mentioned that 11.5 on that Braves game, and it's getting hit. It's down to 11 right now. It's getting hit big time. So, okay, I wasn't crazy. You guys aren't crazy. I'm crazy. But that total, definitely, look at your line screen if you're like me. Definitely 11 popping up, 11 over 20 for the most part. Okay, back to this one, though, with the Nationals and the Mets. I got to go with you because I said go under on the Tony's show, and I'll stick with it here. I don't know if I should be giving out these spoilers. I want you to watch those
Spoiler
videos,
alert.
so it looks like I only get, Tony gets double. The people saw me, and they're like, tuning out. Verlander's gone under in 6 of his last 8 starts. The Mets have gone over in just 9 of their last 30 games. So I think I'm going to be with you here on are we 4 for 4 or what?
Oh, that is official. We are 4 for 4.
We had high volume yesterday, and we couldn't put something
quite
together.
get over the hump. But lots of runs scored yesterday.
Luis is on the Nats. Ron says Verlander will go to the Dodgers. I mean, he could still pitch today and still get dealt. No pitcher's worth $250, said Solo. And that might be actually a pretty solid statement, but guess what? We're going to see some lines bigger than that here in, a few weeks.
Right.
Raj Bagley's here. Hello, Raj.
What's up, Raj?
Dre says
Nerfy. He likes it. He likes that Nerfy.
Oh, he likes the Nerfy?
That's what he says.
Oh, okay. Butterscotch.
And Blake said, I like Nerfy, and Butterscotch said, I like Nerfy.
Wow.
They're like, wait, I like the Nerfy.
Okay. Williams is allowed a run in the first inning in 8 of 21 starts. Verlander is allowed a run in the first inning in 6 of 15 starts.
So they're all at about a third of the time.
Okay. That's the way I like to.
What do they look at? Like if it's like 25% or so on those.
Oh, yeah. Well, I
don't really look at them too much. I just leave the expertise to our chat to help me out with any sort of props. So I always appreciate that.
Well, usually the nerd, that we don't give them out here again. I know a lot of cappers do. A lot of cappers are putting them in as premiums. Again, limits are a little bit lower on those. So premium picks, man,
it has to be like the biggest baseball, right? That just one inning and that's all you're looking for and you're done.
High volatility, but fun.
Right. It was sure. Big sweat.
You're one inning in and you're head to the bar. All right.
That's right.
Okay. We'll take another one here with the under in this one. And we'll see Verlander freezing 431. All right, here we go. The Tigers and the Marlins. Well, must be playing this game on a different planet because the total is 7 over 25. The air is a lot heavier there in Florida. Or the just poor hitting and decent left-handers. More likely here with Skubal and Luzardo. Skubal okay so far since he's come back. And Luzardo, we know you always get your money's worth with him. One of the most popular pitchers for bettors, up 5 units this year. Right now, Luzardo, $1.40, 7 over 25.
So is it like Skubal the one who allowed like 7 earned runs in each of his last 2 starts or something like that? I mean, he's given up a ton of runs. So, I mean, maybe the total surprises me there a little bit, especially with the way that the Marlins have been hitting some. They've had some strong performances. I know they got the Tigers got them yesterday. I think that was when we were talking about challenging or didn't quite challenge. But
you won all the challenges yesterday. I know that, I think.
But we weren't sure about this Tigers team, right? I think Grant came in and said, might be the spot for the Tigers. I know you were like, might be the spot for the Tigers. I don't think today is the spot for the Tigers either. They got their spot yesterday. It's not going to be today. So I don't know. Skubal has a 15.75 ERA. That's almost say the end.
All right. Well, yeah, no, I that's the thing, right? I mean, a little bit of frustration there for us because Miami just didn't show up, and we took them to have a good outing there, with what Detroit's pitching was up to, but it was a good situation for Detroit. Yeah, maybe baseball's a little different than some of where you say like, hey, because like you say, 65, 70 wins even for a bad team. So you got to find those spots. But
Sure.
still, Miami needs these games and, kind of lay an egg there right now. Not necessarily the best situation there for them in that one. So, all right. Mindy, run
Marlins
line?
money line.
Money line. Okay. Yeah. For me, I'll probably I don't mind this $1.40. That looks awfully cheap, actually, with Luzardo. Worried again that maybe they don't show up. I think Scubal's okay. Doesn't walk anybody and gets a lot of ground balls. But Luzardo, 1.69 ERA in his last 7 starts. It's the Miami offense that just isn't getting anything done right now. Can we come back on him today here?
Yes.
All right. Is the chat? Let me see the chat first, because
I see some Marlin fans. I see you guys out there. I see Omar. I see Thomas Lewis. I see some of that Lazzy love.
Well, I see some Tigers too, though.
No, I'm saying they're the Tigers, folks, that I was naming off. They like the Tigers.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray Harris, nice to see you. Here's Fernando on the Marlins and the over. Luis on the Tigers. Yeah. Fernando over. Is Raj talking about Nerfy on this one? Marlins here. Miami in the Marlins first 5. Miami in the over. Tigers first 5. Butterscotch on the over. Thomas going to fade the Marlins right now. Man, they need it. Gosh, we're laying a lot of favorites. I'm going to end up taking the Marlins probably here. Going with Mindy. Tigers and over. Hello, Lazzy. Marlins here. Tigers and under for Lazzy. So, look, maybe a little bit of support here. Yeah, gave up 7. Well, I think that's the start that Mindy probably saw too, was that game against the Royals. So Scubal still has just a 0.88 WHIP overall. I think Mindy and I might be a little bit different.
On the road.
Yeah.
So 3.71 ERA overall on the road. He has, that 15.75 ERA due to the Royals, right? That's what it is.
Yeah. And the Detroit's only won one of those 4 starts so far for Scubal. Just mad at the Marlins for what, not doing it yesterday. K's on the under, Kev's on the under. I like the under too. Here's a 7, right?
You're like, what does a 7 tell me? We don't see it often. It's usually in a Mariners game.
Yeah. Well, it's no surprise to me that the total has come this low.
I guess you get it with Cole every once in a while. You get a 7. But you just don't see it very often. It usually sticks at 7.5.
Bionic said Marlins for sure. I'll do it because I think 140 is a pretty. I think it's a decent price here. Gonna lay another favorite. We're on 5 every single game. So far.
We're taking the favorite out every single game.
Sunday.
The Chocolatiers. That's what we do. Rock chalk.
Everybody knows that's a bad idea, but what are you gonna do? Just want to. Speaking of having a fun Sunday, I do have a couple of golfers live, I guess, again. Mindy.
All right, here we go.
40 to 1. He's a couple strokes back, certainly. This guy's got a 5-stroke lead. My guy's 5 strokes back. But I got the second place guy at 40 to 1 and take a big turnaround. Okay. Rays and Astros here. So, the Astros put up a ton of runs. The Rays, no end in sight. It's like that viral video I saw yesterday of the carnival ride where the thing goes backwards, but except it wouldn't stop. And it just kept going, and they had to bring somebody in to turn it off. Right now, the Rays.
I am so scared of little carnival rides, super scared. I'm okay going to the main amusement parks, but when my local stuff comes to town, I get a little nervous, I must say.
Yeah, no, that's right. Those are for the real ride, Those are the
Right.
ones the real
Those
riders
with no
ride.
fear,
Okay,
unlike
it's the whole
myself.
carnival. Uh, anyways, Mindy, the Astros beat up on the Rays. It's just going bad right now for the Rays. You're so a little bit worried for them here. Look, they probably have enough. I think they'll be able to hang on, but they're fading fast right now in a way here. And they brought in a catcher yesterday to pitch, and he was tossing the ball up there like a softball, and the Astros were still hitting it out of the park.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it, right? I mean, Ron was in here yesterday talking about it. You guys were talking about it. In the chat, you're saying, hey, we're getting some guys back. The Astros here are getting back healthy. And look at, they had this really big breakout game. And then be like, he kind of struggles a little bit here with command. He does allow, it's the 5.3 walks per 9 innings. I don't know if that really, I don't know if that really has much to do with this game. They pushed Glasnow back for his start. Luttrell a little bit, not known with him. I just kind of think that the Astros kind of keep this going here, keep the momentum rolling here. Gonna go ahead and take the Astros. Oh goodness, I'll just take them on the money line. Kind of, you know, I see that plus 1.5 runs for the Astros, and it looks a little bit intriguing for me. But again, it's sitting close to minus $2. But I sometimes like to give myself a little bit more of a security blanket. But this one, I think the Astros get it here in this one.
Well, my little printout says this is the spot for the Rays. I couldn't do it on Tony's show, giving out the plays, so I gave out the Astros. So I guess we're on the Astros. We're just going to play every game here. I think the one. Okay, so I made fun of myself for totally blowing that total that I made up on the Brewers and the Braves, but at least I got this one right because of what I said on the show was that. The Rays started off as the favorite here in this game, and they were still the favorite when I made the little recording of the show. And I said, well, by the time the morning rolls around or the game rolls around, I'm sure Houston will be the favorite. Well, they are now. They're like $1.15. It says a pick there on the screen, but I think Houston has moved to the slight favorite here. The total is going up to 9/20 right now. So might as well put it down, Mindy, that we're on it. I mean, I said on
What did
the
you
show.
like for the total, Ramon? I missed. I'm sorry.
Well, what was I saying about what did I say about the total in this game?
Yeah, did you go over under? Did I miss that? Or you were like alluding to something?
Let me cover that a little. The reported steam has come in on the over, and it does look quite high to me, frankly, at this price at 9/20. Now, granted, Littell, this will kind of be just a opener situation, a bullpen game. Yeah, if Glasnow is getting pushed back. So I think that's what the case is. I don't think he's an opener for Glasnow. Glasnow is scheduled now to start, I believe, the next game. So Littell in here, no solution at this point. It looks like to me. The Rays have lost 9 of their last 12. Total just looks a little bit high. I think I'd probably lean under, but I'm just going to go with the side with you on this one. But yeah, at 9/20, I think I'd probably go under here. I don't
That's
think
kind
it's
of what I
going to
was
make.
looking, so I was checking to see what you thought.
But again, it's been all Astros at the window, I'm pretty sure. And Belak's not awful. He gets a bad rep. He has a high FIP. So maybe that 3.62 ERA, a little bit of a fluke, also has a 1.45 whip. So, but still, they're 4-2 with Belak, and they've won 9 of 13. It's Houston with all the momentum. Atlanta and Houston, World Series. Feels like at this point.
Kind of does.
Here comes Ron on the Astros, Dre on the Astros. Bagley says, not a big deal there without Glasnow. Ray Harris, is this the easiest over of the day, this game right here? That's where the total's kind of headed. Michael Thompson on the Houston money line. Rays here for Solo. Blake says go over with the Rays. Bionic says Astros. Astros race to 2. Peasy says Rays are frauds. They're done. Yeah, or maybe easier schedule early on. Got it. And all right. Oh yeah, JD, right? I do have some unders in there. I know that. Reverse run line here. The Astros on fire, says Kev. Justin, hello. Omar says Astros, Rays in trouble. All right, Mindy.
All right.
Bad. Here we go. Next up, Twins. We got the Twins.
Really have to cover this game.
Yay! Twins $1.65. 9.5 under 20 here. Go ahead.
Ramon, this is the one that you got me on, right?
So I did win one?
Yeah, because you took the Royals yesterday. Okay. I like the Twins. I got you on the other 2 challenges.
Gotcha.
But this is the one that, like you said, you really narrowed in on this KC team here this season. It's kind of funny because I kind of come into this. I was like, okay, so Twins are like a game and a half up over the Guardians, and you got the Twins playing the Royals. I'm like, Twins always play well. They're going to go ahead and sweep them and have lost 2. And then I was like, here, well, the Guardians are playing the White Sox. They should be able to beat them. The Twins have kind of let the door open for the Guardians, and they just couldn't get it done yesterday. So you got the White Sox and the Royals, both of these teams 3-7 over their last 10. So, I mean, definitely on paper here, it kind of looks like that this should be, these 2 teams vying for first place. Who should be able to get it? But I'm not sure either of them get it today. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Royals. I'm taking them on the run line here today. I think the Twins have a decent shot of winning it outright, and the Royals getting it and, getting close and doing their blowing 36 leads this season. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Royals today on the run line.
Don't be so. Come on. The Royals are hot. They're red hot.
Yeah, they have won 2. Yes.
2 straight wins over those Twins. So, haha on the Twins. Not looking good. Look, the Royals. The Royals are, I don't know, they're taking the action here, Mindy. I saw this one as high as $1.90. Now we're talking down to $1.65. So let's all hop on the Royals bandwagon. Try them again. I want to take them on the money line.
You do on the money line here, going for the sweep, right? All right.
So we'll take the handicap. What do we got here? Plus, why not lay some more chalk? Minus $1.15 here with Yarbrough in this one. Yeah, I mean, Twins need it, but they've laid an egg here.
I know.
This weekend in
had a chance of taking
Kansas City. Let's do it. I mean, what's the chat say? Dre's on first 5. Ron says Twins. Yeah, we are, Scotch. I feel it. We're just going to agree on every game. Royals first. Okay, what do we got? Royals here for half a unit.
Why not?
Yeah. Lucci, okay. Big Lucci's a great contributor. I'm not going to call Big Lucci out. But here's the thing, right? The lines in baseball don't even matter. Anybody can win it at any time. I think actually anybody can win at any time. Absolutely. The lines are actually the biggest factor in all of this. And I think maybe I might be guilty of kind of rolling sometimes without taking as much in account with the line that I should. Fernando on the over. Here's a Bionic on the Twins. And okay. Well, I was going to say something about those lines. Okay, Royals for Solo. Nathan likes the Twins tonight. Mine has been okay. He's been a little better for sure of late. Tunda on the under here. Good to have you, Tunda. Here's
That's for sure.
Mike Worley. Oh, hi, Mike. Nice to see you. Ron says Royals ain't sweeping the Twins. Oh, come on, Ron.
I would say historically they have not, but we'll see. I mean,
we're on the dog here. Hey, we're not laying all the. Well, we are kind of laying some chalk, actually, taking this handicap, but Mindy didn't like that. Okay. JD under. You guys love this game. Justin. Kev leaning under. Omar Royals. They're having fun at the K. Twins struggling at the plate. Yeah, I think Steam came in on the over. I will say that. And look at this, 9.5. Where are we going with this thing?
Where are we going?
Okay, the Guardians and the White Sox here with Savali and Kopech, two different quality of pitchers right now. It looks like to me on paper. Here's Savali, $1.40, the total 9 flat.
Yeah, again, this is kind of what we were talking about is, you have a team like the Guardians that should be able to close out a team like the White Sox, and they're just not really getting it done here. I'm going to go ahead and go back on the White Sox. I had them yesterday. I like them here again today. I'm going to take the 1.5, though, on this one, sitting at about minus 140. I know the White Sox have lost, 6 of their last 7. They got the win yesterday. It could be one of those times here that they sneak out another victory. That's kind of how I see this one. I know Savali, Ramon, you said he's been good. He is 1.97 ERA and 32 innings pitched. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the White Sox here today.
Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna. I'll take a challenge on this. I'll lose again.
This was our challenge yesterday. Yeah.
Right, you won yesterday, right? I mean, the Guardians laid a complete egg, made Clevenger look like a good pitcher out there yesterday. So I did give out the under on the Tony's video show, so that was okay. Talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
I did the same thing today. So we'll probably just go right back. It'll probably be White Sox win and under. You'll win the challenge, which is fine. So if anybody wants to bank on that and cash, that's fine by me. But I'll take the Guardians. They should be much better. But look, you're acknowledging Savali's statistics. He's probably even better than his statistics kind of show a little bit. I mean, 1.72 ERA in his last 5 starts, but because of those bats that have been a little bit better of late, but still they've won just 2 of his last 6, or 2 and 4 on the road, basically, right, with Savali starting. So they just have some issues. Hello to Teresa today. Here is Ron on the Guardians, Kev on the White Sox. Scotch on the under, Omar on the over. Fernando on the under. Thomas says the White Sox. Tunda says Cleveland has to do something today.
Well, so does the Twins. I mean, these two are fighting back and forth, right? I mean, it's tight.
Guardians
kind of like the Brewers and Reds. They're fighting for first, back and forth.
Teresa says all dog Saturday, and we're not. We haven't been about that necessarily. All right. Yep, Mindy had the White Sox yesterday. Guardians under, says Burley, and White Sox to win it. We know he was just using the auto spell there. We know what he wants. Yeah, that's right. It's Sunday. Okay.
But I think she meant the underdogs won yesterday, right?
That's okay, because yesterday because I'm not used to doing Tony's show, I kept saying for the game, the game was on the wrong date or something. But hope they didn't notice.
It's hard to do it on the overnights when you're not sure what day.
No, that's what I was doing. I was totally messing it up on like a couple of the games. Okay, Mindy's on the White Sox. I'll take the Guardians in this one. Cubs and Cardinals. All right. Well, the Cardinals are favored. Okay, I get it.
Why?
The Cubs have won 8 in a row. The Cardinals are the worst Cardinal team in 15 years.
They
Steven
talk about
Matz is everybody's pitcher. Hates this guy. He's the worst pitcher around. A biggest disappointment. Waste of money. Kyle Hendricks. He keeps getting old, and yet he still goes out there and proves to be one of the most consistent, hardworking pitchers out there. So I guess the bookmakers are just giving away free money today.
Again, we talk about this, or I've talked about it yesterday and the day before. It's the Cubs are the ones that are the underdogs here now for the 4th day in a row. The Cubs team that's won 9 out of their last 10. The Cardinals are only 3 out of their last 10. Cubs have scrapped their way back in. They're only 3.5 games out now. When at one point in time, those Cardinals were sitting only a half a game behind. Now they're sitting about 7 games behind this Cardinals or the Cubs team. Anything can happen with the Cubs. I think they're hot. Their offense has just been playing well here. But on paper, the Cardinals still outscore them, right? Over their last 5, the Cardinals have 5.16 runs of offense, Cubs 4.78. But I like the Cubs bullpen. I like the Cubs starting pitching today. I like the Cubs being at plus money here again. I'm taking the Cubs.
Yeah, I'm already on the Cubs, so just ignoring my algorithms here that says this is a spot for the Cardinals too. I think that's what it is. My cheat sheets, if you will,
Right.
kind of take into account maybe exactly what the odds makers seeing here as far as making the Cardinals a favorite. So why not take the Cubs as an underdog, given all these factors that we've mentioned? I'm already complaining about not taking any dogs. I mean, here
And
seems
then look
to
at
be
us go. Finally.
well, a perfectly live dog. I mean, the Cubs are one of the. They're only a game over 500. It feels like they're 10 games over 500. They've been so hot on this winning streak. Hendricks hasn't been as good of late, but I'm not too worried about that. I mean, he does go out there and do pretty well. Matz is, been a little bit better of late. So
Sure.
maybe that's what these people are seeing, these sharps, if you will, whoever's betting this game like this. I don't know. So I'm going to take the Cubs.
This is like the platinum premium, the most you can say best Scotch lock of the universe.
Oh, really?
You'll find it. You'll see it.
Let me get to the chat right away here and check that out. All right. Well, we got a novel here from Ray. He says the Cubs have won 8 games and 8 in a row. Yeah. I could have saved my breath by just running this paragraph. Thanks, Ray. I should have just went to the chat first. Big Lucci's having a great time with that new emoji. Or I don't know. Are they showing up all big?
Yeah.
Cubs here, Cubs.
The new it's like the new emojis show up really big.
Platinum.
Not so much the old ones. So if you hit the little emoji and it brings up the YouTube emojis underneath, that's where you see that they get really big. It's fun.
Reverse run line for Buddy Rowe. Nice to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Darren's here today. Thomas is going to go with you on that one, Mindy, on Chicago. I'm going to as well. We got another pick here. Yeah. Fernando on the over here in this one. Take the Cubs till the streak runs out, I guess. Cubs taking it to the bank. Okay, let's take the Cubs because we have to take the Cubs. I mean, come on.
Come on. We don't have a choice. I mean, we do, but be against our better judgment.
Well, look, I mean, all these stats just, I know
We
it's
just
Cubs
tossed them out
cards.
there.
Maybe it's Cubs cards. Woo! What happened yesterday? What happened the day before? All right. Athletics. Hey, well, any genius handicappers can pick the Athletics like us. I mean, come on. Everybody knows the Athletics are the hottest thing going. Athletics, Royals, all these. Yeah, everybody says every year, teams are going to go through hot streaks. Hey, it's fun. We can play the Rockies. Anyways, the A's are they a favorite yet? No, they're a dog still. Colorado 115, 12 and a half under 20.
Well, suddenly we get a pretty decent pitching matchup. Before it kind of seems like it was kind of one way or the other pitcher heavy. But we have today, I think I'm going to go ahead and go on the Rockies. They're the favorite here in this one, I believe, right, Ramon? Or if they still are, sitting at minus 115. I'm going to go ahead and take these Rockies today. They have the better bullpen, 4.82 ERA compared to 5.54 for the A's. Rockies still on paper are scoring more, even though I thought Blackburn kind of had the edge yesterday. I don't really see that today between these two pitchers. I think it could be Medina a little bit more here. Maybe the underdog based off of current ERA on the road, 7.16. But he does strike out a lot of guys as well. But I'm going to give the edge to the Rockies here today in starting pitching and bullpen, going that route.
All right. Mindy's going to go with the Rockies, even though the A's are on a roll. Well, they've looked pretty good here these couple of games. Medina, yeah, I mean, still has a 1.5 whip. Had some pretty good numbers. I'm not going to be able to go with a block here in this one. The Rockies are definitely having certainly a few issues here right now. Anderson is, I believe, hit the injured list. He was scheduled to start this game, but I think it's retro to a few days back, so maybe he can be back a little bit sooner. Doesn't matter. The Rockies are out of it, but they've lost 5 of 6. Block, probably just a bullpen guy in this game. So Medina, pretty okay for a rookie. I think there's promise here for him. Still got a 5.5 ERA, and he's down 5 units. So I'll take the under in this one at 12.5. Look, all of a sudden, all these Rocky games are back to going over. Maybe it's when you get bad. Maybe when good teams are in Colorado, it goes under, and when bad teams are in Colorado, and it goes over. But maybe. I'll try the under.
Maybe there's a trend in there.
There might be. I might be just making things up, but Colorado has gone under in 11 of their last 16. That's not a made-up stat. See what the runs are back, I think is what they're saying.
Yeah, for 2 days anyway. Yeah. They were.
Oh, yeah. Ron's going to go over here in this one. Justin's going over. Oh, Butterscotch says under. Okay. Yeah, the A's have looked good in this series. Fernando's on the over. He had the A's yesterday. So did we. That was just it. Mindy had to pump me up because I came in and said, Mindy, we had such a crummy day. She said, no, we split our games. I guess it just felt.
It felt worse.
It felt worse than it was. And, Bionic on the Rockies run line. Yeah, Burley, it might be they might be due. Might be the due factor here. But
the due factor.
Like I said, it just feels like the Rockies know they're the worst team, and the A's are, using this opportunity to show that they are not the worst team. I don't know. That's what happens when we preview.
They're 19 games back. I mean, that Nationals team, they're like 23 games back. So, I mean, they're just in a rotten division there, having to, be up against the Braves.
Well, yeah, make no mistake. I mean, the Rockies have 10 more victories.
It's just that the Dodgers have been a little off this season.
Oh, yeah. Dodgers are.
Otherwise, Dodgers probably would have a 23 game ups over the Rockies.
Gerardo, hello. Okay, so let's take the you're on the Rockies and I'm on the under. All right.
2 plays. There you go.
Okay. Okay, the Red Sox and the Giants. Well, we got Bernardino here going for the Red Sox. Brendan Bernardino going up against Scott Alexander. I believe this is just an opener for Ross Stripling. If I read the tea leaves correctly here in this one, maybe Alexander can go more than he's started twice, both I believe in an opener role. And here the Red Sox and their hot streak, they're favored 125, 8 over 20. Total going up here a little bit.
Oh yeah, okay. So yes, opened at what, 7.5? Now up to 8 there on that. I mean, it's one with this one that Bernardino has a decent ERA, 2.31 overall. But again, I kind of feel like this Giants team, I mean, they got to start doing something if they want to try to keep up with the Dodgers. I mean, we just talked about the Braves. I mean, the Phillies are 11 games back from their division leader. The Giants are 3 games back. It's one of those, I feel like they really start maybe get a little bit of desperation mode here. I think they really need this game. I think it's a good spot for the Giants. I kind of feel like the Red Sox, they're having a little bit of a lull here lately. They've struggled offensively on the road. I think it's a good day for the Giants to take advantage of that. So I'm going to go with the Giants here in this one.
Yeah, the Red Sox are the hot team and the Giants are the cold team. But look, still yesterday, the way that game kind of unfolded, right? As far as the Giants. And you won the challenge again on that one, Mindy, also yesterday. You had the under, and I had the over, and it turned out to be a low scoring game, and the Giants got it done. So maybe the Red Sox are running out a little bit of gas here on the road trip. Don't overlook the Giants. They're in this slump, but these teams have basically the same record. You're talking about the Giants are at home here. Bernardino's a rookie. You'll get Stripling in there eventually. I do believe that's the way I read this.
It looks like it.
Here in this one. Stripling hasn't been good really in July, but still pretty established pitcher that'll be coming in. And as an underdog, I'm going to have to take the Giants at home with Mindy. I will try the Giants here again and try to cool these Red Sox off. They've won 16 of the last 22, and the Giants have lost 7 of their last 10. But I want the plus money here in this one. That's just the way I feel. I don't think there's a lot of necessarily support statistically or trend-wise to support the Giants because the Red Sox have been so hot. They're kind of like one of the teams people are talking about right now is surging, certainly. Scotch is going to be on the Red Sox. Thomas will be on the Giants. Clyde says, go Giants. Kevin Cook says, here's the Giants on the money line. And Nathan was bummed about the performance yesterday. And Justin says Giants are just off, but they got that win. I think that was important. Ray does like the under. Yeah, I gotta like it to come back on the under. Maybe that's just the way things are going up there. Giants have gone under in 9 of their last 12. Boston's gone under in 8 of their last 10. So Burley here, Giants and under. Dre on the under. And Bionics liking the under with Ray. Thanks, Ray. Good contributions today. Good to have you over here. So let's take the Giants, Mindy. I'm with you. Let's take the Giants in this one.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Consensus number 9 already? Goodness.
Woo. Woo. Reds and Dodgers. Yesterday, well, yeah, I called for a high-scoring game. I said, wow, this one's going to have 13 runs. No, it was 3-2. Max Muncy, 2 home runs. All he does is hit home runs. I think he's batting like 150. I think he's like 195. But whatever the case may be, he only hits home runs, and he hit 2 home runs, and they got 3 runs and won the game 3-2. The Reds came in red hot, and the Dodgers still found a way to kind of quelch them a little bit here. Dodgers favored. $1.70, 10 over 15. The steam came in on the under. Surprise, surprise. After I flubbed this one up yesterday, calling for a massive over.
Well, who do you got pitching there for the Dodgers today?
I do show Grove as the starter here.
Oh, it shows Grave on my end, Ramon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go.
Well, we could make a lot of jokes here.
Michael Grove is my favorite pitcher. All he does is come in. He sometimes gets a lead, and then he gives up the lead. The Dodgers still may win this one, but Grove is still always way too inconsistent for me. I'm going to go ahead and be on the Reds for number 3 day on the row on the run line. I'll take the Reds plus 1.5 minus a 133 here. It might be, I don't know, maybe a little bit more of a slugfest today. I'm not so sure, though. I mean, I don't really quite have this one coming in at 10, but I have it pretty close. It might be a little bit because of these elevated ERAs here, but on their splits, they're way less than those overall ERAs. But I still like the Reds to keep this one close for day number 3.
You said run line, though?
Yep, I'll take the run line.
Okay, well, I got to go with you. I gave out the run line on the show. Just feels like the price is too high. Grove, I don't think there's anything too special about him right now. He's got a ERA over 6. Last 3 starts, pretty good, 2.63 ERA. And Ashcraft, who has a 5.64 ERA this season, last 5 starts, a 2.1 ERA. So these guys have actually been pitching pretty good of late. And I'll try the Reds here again. I mean, look, it was 3-2 yesterday. Why not? We that was one of our winners, Mindy. You had a premium on the under in that game, even though I was on the premium over. Wish I should have subscribed to Mindy's picks yesterday and kept me off this one. So good job on that, because over was a pretty popular play. I was pretty square there, and you had premium on the under. So good job. I'll take the Reds with you on the run line. 10 plays so far. We're not done yet.
No, we got lots to go yet.
Crazy.
A full WNBA card? Goodness.
Oh, yeah, don't forget about that. In the chat, are they hot on this game or no? Let's see what the chat has to say with the Reds and the Dodgers. Here is Verley is on the Dodgers. And Fernando's on the Reds. Blake says, give me the Reds first 5. Butterscotch says, run line, Reds. That's what we're doing. Justin on the over. Kev Cook says Reds run line. Darren under. Bionic Reds run line. Braves for Nathan. Luis says, give me the Reds. Thomas says, give me the Reds. I think there's enough Reds support in there. Oh, why didn't mean to put that Braves up there. Nathan might be a little bit behind us. What was I thinking there? Ron says Dodgers run line here, though. And my printouts say this is Dodgers, but I don't want the Dodgers in this situation right now. The Reds are still playing with a little bit of momentum, and I think the line is just too high. So I don't know what my computer's thinking. I might have to reprogram it.
Recalculating.
Here's the Mariners and the Diamondbacks with Luis Castillo and Merrill Kelly. Good pitching matchup here. It's a pick'em. Total has dropped here to 8 over 20 on some widely reported steam.
All right. Well, again, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a good pitching matchup here. I like where Castillo's been heading. He's been maybe getting a little bit more run support than I kind of, gripe about it a little bit. I kind of feel like Gilbert's the only one that ever, gets any, or Kirby is the one that gets the run support. Gilbert and Castillo don't really get that. So I don't know. This is going to be a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Castillo today on the road. It's mostly going to be more. I'm going to fade this Diamondbacks team. It's just one of those. They've lost 3 of their last 5, and every time I say I pull the stats, I get a little bit of knockdown. Like, right? I see them. They went from being like second in batting all the way down now to about. Oops, I hope I didn't mess up everything when he just stepped on the keyboard. But it's one of those, I keep on seeing them go from second in batting, and now they're down to about 9th in batting. And then I see those defensive numbers keep creeping up. They allow the 28th most runs so far out of this MLB. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Castillo and the Mariners to stay hot in this one.
Okay, well, the Mariners, yeah, they've won 7 of 9, and the Diamondbacks have lost 15 of their last 21. And it's cost the Diamondbacks dearly in their standings right now, while Seattle continues to surge, thinking they're alive, of course, in this now. And yeah, Castillo always a little bit rough, right? Because with a 3 ERA just barely over 3, I mean, one of the best pitchers still going when he goes out there, but they've lost 7 of his last 10 starts. I mean, that's got to be of concern. He doesn't get those runs, but again, he ends up pitching in key matchups against, good pitchers. Merrill Kelly's a good pitcher, 3.3 ERA as well. Kelly's gone under in 9 of his last 12 games. So with 2 excellent starting pitchers here, I'm going to end up on the under in this one. Here's some steam I'm going to chase. And I'm not getting the best of it at all, because you look at that 8/20. I just updated it from 8.5. So I'm getting the worst of it on the price, but I'm willing to go under here with the Mariners and the Diamondbacks with Castillo and Kelly. Mindy is on the Mariners. See if the chat has anything in this one.
What was that 4-0 game yesterday? Something like that, right?
Yep. Let's see what we did. I was trying to. We were on Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Woo. Okay. Ashcraft is hot dog water. Well.
Oh no! Who said that, Ron?
Yeah. Well, look. Telling you.
It is Ron. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's that other game. So I just saw that, though. I like that. Okay. Here's Blake on the under in the first 5. Ron says Castillo over and gets the win. Here, let's see. Oh, boy. And Dre, I think, is under in this game. Michael says go Seattle. Bionic, I believe, under. Curvin is here. Says, I'm behind here a little bit, it looks like. Here's Butterscotch on Arizona. Sorry, you guys.
It's all right. We're good.
Having some, yeah. Maybe if we had a poll. No. Curvin over, Kev under.
Funny.
And Justin likes the under as well. I'll take the under. Mindy's on the Mariners in this one. Couple more here, Mindy and the Padres. Yeah, they found somebody they can beat up on here in the Rangers. Hasn't been a good weekend for the Rangers here. Getting shut down again yesterday. Hey, we had the Padres. How about that?
How about it?
With Yu Darvish yesterday, Padres get it done. Snell here, a big favorite. It's up to $1.90. It doesn't make much sense, considering that really the Rangers are still a very, very solid team. I get it. Nobody's hotter than Blake Snell. But again, he only goes 5 innings, period. He does not go 6. I mean, he just cannot go any further. He's out of gas every single time, pretty much. And then it's up to the Padres bullpen. So even though maybe the Padres bullpen is shoring up a little bit, but for all that, Snell, 0.7 ERA in his last 11 starts. Wow.
Right. But that's what I was going to say. Even though he has those walk issues, because you can see it right here, right? 4.5 walks per 9 innings. But the guy still has a 2.61 overall ERA, 2.82 ERA here at home. So, I mean, I feel like the Rangers, they're a first place team, not really playing like they're in first place. And you got the Padres here sitting, about 9 games back. They need to get moving a little bit here. But for me, I think we're just going to have a really good pitching outing here. I'm going to go ahead and go under the total.
All right, Mindy, on the under in this one with the Padres and the Rangers at 9. For the Rangers, look, this is going to be Cody Bradford, the left-hander. He could be getting an opener here. No, I guess Bradford is listed here as a starter. I mean, he doesn't work too deep. I mean, this has got to be a bit of a bullpen
I kind
game.
of saw Evaldi, but I don't know.
Oh no, Evaldi has a problem right now. He's gonna.
Does he?
Yeah, he's going to be pushed back again.
Okay.
So thank you for reminding me of that, because that's what I was talking about with acquiring Max. I mean, you got to be a little bit concerned right now if your Texas about Evaldi. Granted they get Max. I'm sure to be in that rotation with a guy like Evaldi who's so solid, but. A cynic in me kind of says, maybe there's a real problem with Evaldi. Evaldi's been great, but he's going to miss possibly a second straight start here right now. He might just have to skip him in the rotation, and that's a big concern when you're Texas right now, where things are kind of look. We're still 15 games over 500, but you don't want him missing starts. So Bradford's in there; he's getting the start. I saw Yuri Rodriguez could have possibly been an opener, but right now Bradford's listed. So yeah, Evaldi definitely a problem at this point. Rangers have lost 5 of their last 7. Bradford's got some real awkward numbers for sure. Snell just too good, man. Right now, you mentioned those unders. Snell has gone over in just 4 of his 15 starts. The Padres have gone over in just 2 of their last 10 games. I'll try the under with you here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really. Number seems to be right on to me at 9. So if you're recommending it, I'll do it. See what the chat says. Probably should have conferred with the chat a little bit.
Just what we need. It's pretty much we don't trust the Padres. It's like there seems to be a central theme to the chat.
Because this seems like the Padres have the Rangers number. Quite frankly.
So Burley said Padres have been making him money over the last couple of days here.
Yeah, it hasn't been a good trip for the Rangers at all. So, Butterscotch on the under first 5, it looks like here. Got his Scotch lock on that one. Padres making us money. And, Mindy just said they better get it going. I've already conceded that I say they're out. I say they're out of the race.
You think 9 is attainable, huh?
I don't. I think there's too many teams ahead of them, but I'll predict right now as being the Padre correspondent. They will finish like a game or 2 out. They're going to make a great charge here just when it seems like they're toast.
Right.
They'll go on another losing streak here in a little bit, and then they'll really be done. And then they'll finish the season winning 15 out of the last 17 games, and they'll end up like a game or 2 out of the playoffs.
When you're like, if you guys would have just got your stuff together, 1 or 2 more games throughout the season.
Perfect way to end the season. That's exactly what's going to happen. So again, right, we talked there plus I don't know what it is now. There's something like plus 60 on the run differential. So it just shows you. I mean, they crush teams when they crush teams. All right, Bionic on the Rangers run line. Fernando's got a little selection here as well. Justin on the under. Okay, Mindy, we're on the under in this one.
All right, here we go.
We want some CFL action already. I gave out the winner on the air yesterday on the BC Edmonton game, but I flubbed that one up on Saskatchewan. They keep losing.
Who, the Elks? Mean Green?
Edmonton. I gave out Saskatchewan as a side against Toronto, but the Elks did lose again. Yeah, Mindy, no doubt about it. I didn't give that one out on the air
No,
Probably
you
should
had like the under, I believe, right?
They did lose again. It's now a North American sports record, 21 consecutive home losses.
Oh my goodness. And they had that one, Ramon, that one game, like what, 3 or 4 games back. They had it.
21 straight home losses, and in that time, 3-18 against the spread. Jamal's on the Padres. Nathan says go under. We're on the under. I'm riding with Mindy.
Here we go.
She seems to know what she's doing. The Yankees and Orioles here, Sunday Night Baseball with Severino and Kramer. A good one here to wrap up the weekend. And the Orioles here garnered favoritism at $1.35, and this total is getting slammed down pretty hard by some steam. I'm showing 9 under 30 at some spots, probably even some 8.5 over 20s now here in this one on Sunday night.
Yeah, so we're in a position that we're normally not in. I mean, who's in first place right now and who's in last place? This is kind of a bizarro world for us this season. Severino has gotten crushed by the Orioles last time. I think it's going to be very similar today. I'm going to be on the Orioles here tonight to finish off the weekend. The Orioles have had 10 out of 11 quality starts by their pitchers. I believe the bullpen for the Orioles are a little bit depleted, but other than that, Kramer always goes, long innings. That's what I'm saying. They're all about the quality starts here. I don't think Judge's return has really done much here so far for this Yankees lineup. Moving forward, it's going to be tough for them, I think, to get back into things. I'm going to go with the Orioles here today. I think they crushed Severino tonight.
Yeah, I'll take exception to what you said on Aaron Judge. I mean, he's hit 2 home runs so far, and he had that game 3-1. But
I mean, like the Yankees aren't.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. The rest of right. It's not like going to make the rest of the lineup start.
I think that's how it was before, right? It was only Judge doing anything for the Yankees when he was in there.
Only Judge did anything. The rest of the lineup still struggles.
Right.
So. I get what you're saying. I'm teasing you a little bit there, but
no, I know what you mean.
Kramer's awesome. Kramer's awesome. Kramer is the man. Basically, there's I believe Kramer is number 1 in baseball in units won. He's won 10 units this season, 14-6 when he pitches, or 15-6 maybe. I'm trying to 14-6 when he pitches. So pretty strong for Kramer. I'm on Kramer with you, Mindy. I know we're laying $1.35 here. Yankees might be popular as an underdog, but I'm with Sevy. I'm not interested. 6.46 ERA for Sevy, 1.73 WHIP. Not great. 2.3 home runs per 9 innings. What I learned here on doing Tony's show today. That's not good. And for Kramer, look, he's got a 4.5 ERA. He's not overwhelming, but last 4 starts, 3.28 ERA with a 2-0 record. So I don't know. What are we on? 12 games? Orioles have won 14.
Might be 12.
Huh?
Might be 12. Yes.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me get my wallet out. We're gonna Butterscotch is on Baltimore here. Ron's on Baltimore. This is Orioles City in the chat.
Right.
This is like we're all living in Baltimore. Not Kay, though. Gotta give the kid, it's her Yankees, so let's be fair.
Right.
We'll be respectful of Kay because look, the Yankees need these games too. They've waited for Judge to get back. They didn't even send him out for any rehab or anything like that, right? Just get back in here.
Oh, funny.
Jacoby, he says Baltimore, but I like how they autocorrect came out there with bored.
He's bored about it.
Bored on the money line.
Bored of this money line again.
Or on the money line. That's the thing. You can't write doing the abbreviations because he meant to write be more and it just corrected it to bored. So, all right. I think they still are. I'm pretty sure they still are, Blake.
They were last year doing it again.
check. But yeah, it's been terrific. And why not cap a great weekend with Baltimore on Sunday Night Baseball? That's what we'll do. All right. Yeah, I don't want Sevy. Do you? No, I want
No.
the guy that's made all the money.